Hey guys, good morning. Denzel from Castle Wash here. Funny weekend. Had a great weekend. Hope you guys did too. Once again, I've debated with myself whether or not to stay in these Facebook pages. I think I will for now. Let's see here. So there was a post about a guy with a big old enclosed trailer, and everyone's talking about that, giving pros and cons, yada yada, preferences. That's all cool. So one person decides to nitpick on minutia again. He's clearly looked at the post, he knows what's going on, but he is going to ask everyone, or ask the OP, hey, what do you mean by licensed? Because he's got, just like we all do, you know, licensed and insured on the back of his trailer. Okay? He's like, what do you mean by licensed? So me, I thought genuinely he didn't know what that meant. And I was like, he's legit. He's got a business tax receipt or a business license from his local county, whatever. I said, most places you work for, if you're doing higher end work, most people are going to want to they want you to have a business license with the county, or with the county you're in. They want you to have insurance, they want you to have a W-9, all kinds of stuff. They want you to be a legit business, not just Joe Bob, Billy Joe, with who has a pressure washer. That's really what separates us from professionals to the homeowner. Because in reality, if I didn't have any of my stuff, any of my business stuff, I wouldn't be a business. It's as simple as that. You're not a business. You're not a recognized business anyway. You're like the same level of business as a drug dealer. Like, that's basically it. So I responded with what I thought was a pretty good answer, just telling him like, hey, yeah, it's a good thing to have, yada yada yada. He's like that's just registering with your state. Why is that a license? And I was like, well, now I could see where he's getting at. And I was like, you're just arguing semantics. You're arguing semantics. That's really childish in my head. But I'm like, well, I tried to answer him one more time. I relate it to driving a car on your ranch. If you're driving a vehicle on your ranch, you can do whatever you want to do. If you want your 10-year-old son to drive a car on your ranch, you can, because it's your property. But as soon as you take that car onto the main road, you need a driver's license. That vehicle needs to be insured and needs to be registered. It's as simple as that. So I made another point. I said, it's what separates us from the no-name nobody. And I specifically mentioned that I've had many customers, I feel like I'm yelling because my ears are popping. I've had many customers tell me about people they've hired in the past to do a simple job. They mess it up, and then the dude just dips. He's like, I'm out of here. He's like, I ain't paying for nothing. I ain't redoing this. He's like, I'm out. And you'll never find him. He's nobody. You got a first name only. As I've said before in my other videos, you probably got a first name only. You got a phone number, but that doesn't mean anything. You know how easy it is for him to block you? And he always has. I'm sure of it. 2 separate people now, I'm convinced that they were just blocked. It's not that he's ignoring you. He doesn't know you're texting him or calling him. So anyway, yeah, if you don't have your W-9, your insurance, your business license, if you're not registered with the state, the people who really care, they will not take any substitute for those. They'll say, nope, because they want to make sure all their eggs are in a basket so that if something happens, they know who to go after, or they know who you are. Hell, I had a guy run a background check on me. He said he was a government employee. He did whatever he does, and he ran a background check on me. Now, funny enough, he said he ran a check on a couple other companies, and they didn't turn out so well, which I thought was hilarious. I should have asked him for the names, because one of y'all got some felons working for you. Anyway, that was a funny time. But yeah, in reality, so now this person is just wanting to argue. Someone else says, hey, mine says business license. And he's like, you guys are misunderstanding my point. And he goes into like electricians and plumbers, yada, yada, yada. He's like, they require licenses. You guys don't, and it's misleading to your customers. He's like, you're trying to mislead your customers just to make a sale. And finally, I was like, whoa, accusing me of dishonesty? Now I'm getting upset. I said, obviously, we don't have a license for chemicals. Most of us don't have a license for DOT. We're not electricians or plumbers or HVAC or pest control, right? I said, again, what I stated was that the business tax receipt, the business license with my county, in your words, being registered with the county, is the way to show people I'm legit. You can track me down. It's got my address on it. If you look it up on Sunbiz, you can see my employer identification number. I'm trackable. With the EIN, I have a W-9. That means when companies pay me to do a work, they want my W-9 because they want me to pay tax on the service, not them. It's as simple as that. I bet half of you guys don't even know that, especially if you don't have any of this shit. That's what W-9's for. So if they're asking for the W-9, it's because they don't want to pay tax on this. And they need to keep track of, here's the other thing, they're so legit, they need to keep track of where that money is going, because the IRS will know, hey, you had $3,000 unaccounted for. Where is it? Oh, it went to Castle Wash. Here's the W-9. Okay, thank you. Now we're gonna go to Castle Wash. Hey, did you pay tax on that? It's as simple as that, guys. It's that simple. And the fact that this jackwagon wanted to argue about it, at first it seemed like he wanted to argue. After I said my last thing, he was like, understood, enjoy the rest of your wash season. It's like, what? I had to spell it out for you? Gee whiz, man. That's donkey behavior. Anyway, you need all that. I told you guys before, I've talked to you guys during jobs. If you don't have insurance, you're one mistake away from ruining possibly your life. You could ruin your life. Tell me right now, if most of you people watching this, if $5,000 disappeared from your bank account, is that not a significant burden to you? Like, life-changing. Like, how many of you are going to have to sell a kidney? How many of you are going to have to sell a car? 5,000, gone. A lot of people don't have savings. Yeah, we're in a recession and all that stuff, apparently, but like $5,000, I'd be mad. I'd be mad as hell, and it would ruin our financial stability right now. Anyway, it's as simple as that. Most of you guys can't even afford to pop a tire on your car. Like, let's be real. I've talked about that before, that where if you're not charging enough for your services and you're just running razor thin margins, you can't afford to pop a hose or pop a tire. You can't even fill up your tank. A lot of people are stuck like that. They get 20 bucks, 20 bucks, 20 bucks, 20 bucks. Shit, some people go down to 5. I'm like, that gets you like a gallon and a half nowadays. What, you're gonna do it again tomorrow? Yeah, they are. Just pinching. Praise the Lord. Like, I've never had that problem. My family has never had that problem. Not in the last 2 generations. But damn, like, I don't know. If every generation of your family is just working like that with those margins, scraping by, like, it's up to you now. Like, if you're gonna start the pressure washing business, it's highly lucrative, but you have to protect yourself, okay? Wow, you're gonna cut out in front of me. You have to protect yourself, and that's what all of those things do. Because here's the other thing too, it's not enough to just go out and get an LLC, okay? Because if you have an LLC, limited liability corporation, what can happen is, if you have not created the divisions between you and your business through having insurance for the business, a business tax receipt for the business, a W-9 for the business, if you just went out and got an LLC and you're just operating on it, that's only minimal proof that you and your business are actually separate. And a good lawyer will shred that. He'll say, Your Honor, yeah, he went out and got an LLC, but as far as everything else we see, he doesn't have any of the infrastructure in place. And as far as we're concerned, he is not operating under that LLC. He's operating as himself. Because, and he'll quote this, and I've seen it before. He says, any business in the area is supposed to have a business license with the state. That's how you're trackable. So basically, they're gonna say you went out and got an LLC, but you're not trying to be trackable. You want to keep your income hidden. That means you're operating as yourself. And now you're getting sued. It's as simple as that. I've seen it before. There's precedent cases for it. That's how it works, unfortunately. A good lawyer, even a decent lawyer, can see right through that. Yeah, you got your LLC, but you don't have any of this other stuff. How do we know you're operating as the LLC? Let's see the checks. Guys, if you're getting checks made out to your name, big no-no. Even though if you're the president or the CEO of your company, have the check made out to the company to draw, you won't draw that scrutiny. That's all basic stuff too. Like, and it should be obvious. Like, why go out and get an LLC and a name and a website and all this shit and have it under the business name and then get checks made out to your personal name? That's crazy. Think about it, man. Anyway, so I'm glad that it didn't turn into a yelling match with that guy on the internet. Some of these people just need to be held and choked for a second, just shook up. Like, snap out of it. Snap out of it. Oh my gosh. Anyway, thought that car was gonna hit me. Yeah, anyway, snap yourselves out of it. This week, whatever day it is when this video comes out, just wake up. The guy on Facebook, just a clown, like whatever, looking to argue. But yeah, that story about me supposedly killing that grass, it wouldn't turn out that way for a lot of you guys. I guarantee it. And hey, you know what? If you're not registered with the state and all she has is a first name and a phone number on you, you can dip. Bloop, bloop.